Hello LEGO fans, it's Bricks on a Budget coming to you with another video. In this video we're taking a look at the LEGO Buildable Droideka. It's 583 pieces and originally retails on lego.com for $64.99. Normally I stay away from like the buildable droids and the buildable figures and stuff like that. I mean, it's one of those things, for whatever reason, it just never really interested me that well. But lately I'm kind of getting into them more and more as time goes on. But anyhow, I was lucky enough to find out that Walmart.com was doing a pop-up sale, if you will. Basically, they had a whole bunch of oddball Lego sets that were going on sale. And so I went on, checked it out. They did have the Black Millennium Falcon for like under $100, which I already had, so I didn't buy that, obviously. There was a bunch of other sets that I already had or weren't interested in. But this I was able to get for $25 that day, and that's the only reason why I bought this set. Because $64, one, it's a little overpriced. Obviously, it's a licensed set, and it's Star Wars, so kind of understandable to an extent, but at $64, I could get a Star Wars ship or another set, whatever. So it just was not in the cards for me. I was more interested about this little tiny buildable minifig scale version of the Droideka more than I was this. But I'll tell you what, this was a lot of fun to build. And so I was pleasantly surprised. There is some Technic involved in this, which I'm normally I just really dislike Technic on so many levels. But I'll tell you what, there was a lot of interesting techniques that went into building this set. And so I was pleasantly surprised by how much fun I actually had building this. And I built this within, I'd say, maybe an hour and a half, perhaps, maybe. And a lot of that was because, I have really big hands and I have a hard time with some of the smaller Technic pieces and stuff. It takes me a little bit trying to figure out, and then try to manipulate the pieces. But it wasn't as bad as what other builds I've had in the past that were Technic. So that being said, like I said, I really, really enjoyed this build. Way more than I thought I was going to. And now that I was able to experience that, I would have to say that if you are a Star Wars fan, especially a fan of the episode 1, 2, and 3, and you like the Droideka, just as what it is in the movies, I think you might actually, or even the Clone Wars per se, I think you might actually enjoy this quite a bit. It's very, very cool, and it's got a lot of part usages. The shape of it just looks absolutely beautiful. Sorry about that screeching. I really kind of enjoy just the way it came together. There are some stickers involved. Not a whole lot, but there are a few. And you can see some of the Technic here going into there. And then there's like these things that look like wires. Those are actually minifigure whips. And these right here are actually Lego minifigure lipsticks. Or they could be markers, I guess, depending on which way you look at it. But yeah, and so you put the marker or lipstick end in, and then it has this little red dot right here to make it look like the reticles for the eyes, which are really cool. And the legs are built up pretty nicely. And the shaping is just absolutely just awesome. Now, this does have the ability to roll up into a ball. You have to manipulate a bunch of the parts. It actually does show you in the instructions on how to do it. The only bad thing I would have to say is that you do have to do some pulling out and putting back into. So you can't turn these. You have to literally pull the legs out and then turn them up. And then this back leg, you actually have to pull out and leave off for it to roll into the ball. So, I mean, I'm not even going to bother doing that right now because that would probably take too long to do. But it is a very, very cool feature. I will show you the instructions, though. It's right in the back. I can show you that it rolls up. And it gives you, like, step-by-step instructions. So, you know, you move that bar forward on the arm, on the gun arm, and then you push that up. And you can see you start rolling the body forward a little bit. And see, there's the leg. You have to pull that out, and you can see that these legs are turned up. That means you have to literally pull them out and then put them in the upward position. So yeah, you cannot turn those. That's part of a Technic piece. If you look right there, they will not turn. So I mean, it's not super, super bad, but yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool rolled up into a ball like that. And like I said, you have to leave that back leg off in order to roll it up. So I mean, it is what it is, and it still looks really cool. So you can actually display it in the ball form or this form, and so that is really cool. They do have a printed plaque for the Droideka, which is nice. A lot of these big buildable characters and droids come with these nice printed plaques. It's nice that it's not a sticker. It also comes with a printed 25 years of Lego anniversary brick. That's not a plate, that is an actual brick. So that's pretty nice. And then let's come to the buildable Droideka minifig scale. Let's see if I can grab a Star Wars minifig here for reference on the size. So this is a pretty good size comparisons comparing to some of the older Lego built Droidekas in minifig scale. So it gives you kind of an idea of the scale there. That's a pretty good scale. I'm not really sold on these legs. And even the arms with the weapons attached to them look a little weird. I don't know how it, I don't. And then the parts usage on this are not common parts, unfortunately. And like these, I probably have a handful of. That little circular part right here, that has 3 things you can attach these onto. I don't really have a whole lot of. And then this part here for the arm, I don't have a lot neither, so it's not something I could make a whole bunch of, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that I can turn around and find some alternative builds for minifig scale Droidekas and see if I can find one that I like. And if I do, I will share it with you guys, because just having this now makes me want to have some Droidekas for my droid army. I will probably include this Droideka in with that army, but I'm going to see if I can find some nice alternative builds. And also note that as far as I know, there's no buildable Droidekas in minifig scale that can roll up. I would think that would be really hard to do, because you got to build these super, super small. So having one that's able to roll up in minifig scale is probably darn near impossible, I bet. So, but yeah, really cool set. I'm very happy to get it. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. And I can't really stress enough on how happy I am to be able to get this and build this. I had so much fun building this set. And it's so cool. I mean, I don't know. There's something about this. Oop, I pulled that off. There's something about the Star Wars droids that I like, whether they be attack droids or something as simple as C-3PO, the different R2 units, even the Gonk droids. There's just something about droids that I really, really like. And I don't understand why, but, it is what it is. I just really enjoy this. And then, of course, I really enjoyed the prequel trilogies. And I still remember to this day the first time I saw a Droideka roll out and then unfold. I mean, that was just the coolest thing ever. And then those big double welding weapons, just, oh man, that's incredible. And then also, one of the fun play features is that you can actually shimmy these guns. So I think that's kind of cool. So you can sit there and... So this is a very, very cool build. Very, very fun build. Definitely worth it if you are a fan of the prequel trilogies, or even the Clone Wars, or just the Droideka in general. The detail on this is just incredible. And yeah, like right from the get-go, you know exactly what it is. And it uses some parts that you wouldn't think that you would use. So that was kind of fun. And even the Technic, as much as I just despise Technic, and it's a little bit difficult because of my big hands, I really, really had a lot of fun with it. So at any rate, I hope this helps some of you guys out on, you know, saying yay or nay on this particular Lego Star Wars set. It's kind of a niche thing. Like, some people like the buildable stuff and some people just don't. Usually nobody's on the fence on that. But the last couple sets that came out that I actually got is starting to get me to come over to this side of the fence, because I did not care for stuff like this. But I got the Baby Grogu set. And then, of course, I saw this on sale. And now I'm thinking, you know, I might start buying more sets for like buildable droids and stuff like that. And I'm kind of a little upset that I missed out on the buildable BB-8 now. I feel like that would have been a fun set. I hope they bring out another one now, because I looked at it and I thought about it. And I'm like, no, that's just a big, ginormous BB-8. Like, what am I going to do with that? But now I kind of want it. You know, I could put, you know, I could have like a bunch of buildable droids and, you know, like put them side by side and just put them on display. You know, I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I don't know, just really fun to look at this guy too. I mean, just awesome. So I'm going to stop going on and on about this. It's still a little overpriced, but I would, if you like this set or even thinking about this set, Amazon Prime Days is coming up pretty soon. Keep an eye on this, because I would not be surprised if this goes on sale on there. And this is a 24 or 25 year anniversary set. It's probably going to go on sale in stores before too long. And I would not be surprised if this retires by the end of the year, being a 25 year Lego Star Wars set. Because these sets have been on the market for a little while. So, you know, keep an eye on that. So at any rate, please leave a like, please subscribe, hit that bell for future notifications, and as always, get built. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.